Welcome back to the channel, Hot Rod Road Trip. Today, what we are working on is a Mustang. And not just any Mustang, one of my all-time favorite Mustangs, Fox Body. Let's check it out. Here we have Mark's 93 Fox notchback. Nice looking car. I already got it up on the lift here. It's got lots of upgrades done to it. It's a good sounding vehicle too. And we're doing some torque box reinforcements on this unit today. Let's have a look at what kinds of parts we have. So this is the bottom portion of it. And what it does, it goes up in right there. So the control arm, actually, it'll go in there, and the control arm bolt goes through this bracket right there. And then the top side of it, we've got these 4 holes that you need to drill up in this hole. After you fit this, you gotta cut this lower portion of it sort of out here so that this will fit in there. Then you gotta blast 4 holes in here, and then you have to go to the top side and run bolts through and another plate on the top. Sandwich it down there. That's how it works. Now, why these are required? If you look here, you'll see there is a crack right there. And when you got a good amount of power in these and doing some launching, that's what happens. You'll crack this, and if you look at the other side here, this one was already completely falling out. I just bent this out of the way with my fingers here, but we'll zip this off so that it looks nice and we can get in here, and then we'll get to drilling after. We're gonna bolt it on first. We'll find this upper nut on the other side here, and yeah, just making sure here. Yeah, we'll have to hold it on this side. So we gotta undo that bolt, and then we gotta bolt the plate in first after we get it fit in here. And then we'll go to the top side and pull the back seat out so we don't drill into it, because I'm pretty certain that's what we're looking at right here is this will be under the back seat. So that's what's up. First thing we're gonna do is make some cuts. With the back seat bottom pulled out, you can see we've got all this good sound deadener in here. However, that kind of hampers in that we need to find the body plug, and I believe that's it right there. So we're going to have to slice out a portion of this so we can ensure that is the right body plug. If it is, we'll knock that body plug out, and then we have to go back underneath and get the plate put up into the right place. After the boxes were bolted up to the control arm on the bottom, it then pushes it up to the floor, and then we can run a drill bit through, as you can see sort of here, some of these holes. Run a drill bit up from the bottom through those 4 holes on both sides. Next, we need to fit this plate in here, and it interferes with this piece of seat bracket here. So we're gonna just trim the edge off of this, and then we'll fit the plate in, and then we'll cut out all the kill mat around it so that we can see about burning it in. So that's what's next. So with the plate lined up here to the holes that we drilled through the floor, cut out this kill mat that's around it. Now the problem, however, after that is, as you can see, this is nice bare metal. This is all this factory rubberized undercoating. which really, really sucks to get off. You can't pick, peel, or any of this stuff. You just kind of got to grind at it, from what I've found. Now, I've seen some people say you can put dry ice on this and it'll break off, but you know what? I don't know about you guys, but I don't have any dry ice. All I've got's the wet kind. So I am going to hit this with the old grinder machine and clean it down so that these plates can go back on over the holes like such, and then we can burn them in. So let's get to grinding. With the outside area ground down, drop the plate on and throw the bolts through the holes, and we will now attempt to burn it on. And this stuff likes to melt and burn, so when I say burn, I mean this stuff too. We'll do our best to bat down the flames. If you are going to ever weld these things in, do it before you put in this stuff. Pro tip. With the plate fully burnt in, I now need a second person, as one person's got to be up here cranking these while another person's putting the lock nut and the washer on the bottom and crank them all up. So that's what we need to do next. Next up, we are moving to the upper control arms up here. This is the pocket that we're going to reinforce. And job one is to knock the control arm out. So we're going to unbolt it and pull it out. With the control arm off, you can see there are 3 sort of holes. I say sort of because you can see this one here is not lined up worth you know what. And it says to drill the top hole. So one might think the top hole is this one, but no, it's that one. so don't drill this top one, drill the middle one right there. That's the one you want. You want to drill a hole through it straight up as possible, meaning like straight up through the floor pan as possible. Don't go at the same angle as the floor pan, because then you'll be going like that. They want you to go kind of like that. So straight up is the idea. So we'll see what we can get in there for a drill and start drilling. From the top side, you can see there and there are the 2 holes that we just drilled up from the bottom as straight as possible. We can now set the plate kind of on. It'll sit like about there. And we'll mark out where we need to get rid of this matting and the under matting as far as the factory stuff that's underneath of this. So we'll cut this stuff off, peel it off where we need this plate to be, and then we'll use some heat and a scraper and get rid of the undercoating that's on there, the factory stuff, factory matting, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll take the wire wheel and clean it up in preparation for welding. But that won't come until we got to drill a couple of holes in the bottom here, but that will come with time. First things first, mark it and get all this stuff off. So I've drilled out the other hole. Get my hand out of the way. It's that hole there. So it's pretty close to lining up with this plate. And I've set this plate in place and ran a bolt through from the bottom up. As the inside I've got all cleaned off of the undercoat and sound deadener. So with that ran through, on the bottom we can head back up to the top. Here's what it looks like up top, and then we can set this plate on. like such. And we've got these kind of offset spacers. So that goes on, and it just barely enough. Technically, that's not even enough. It won't start on that. So, you know, that's great. And we've got the bolt in pretty much as high as it'll go. So we'll take this and we'll grind down this top just a bit. We got to get it started on here so we can try to suck that down. So with both of those in there, we've got the first one in right there and your second one. And crank down, you will see below it springs it out a little bit. And so we need to go back underneath and drill some holes. There's the two that we just put in, and there's the other holes that we've started. We're going to go back inside now and see if we can see any of those holes coming through the metal. From inside, you can see there's our pilot hole right there, so we're going to open it out from the inside, and if we can get one bolt on, it will suck the plate tighter to the body, and then we can work on the second one. And there is our first hole. See some nice bright light coming through it. Oh yes. So now we'll try to put a bolt and nut and crank it down. With that one cranked on, you can see it's knocked out that gap that was there. So we'll go back underneath and try to see if we can put a pilot hole through this plate. With it sucked in, we were able to drill that last pilot hole, and we'll come back on the inside here and open it out. All bolts are in. Went underneath, painted it, undercoated it, put the control arm back on, and now we're going to weld this unit in here. And then we're going to do it all over again and weld the other side in here. Woo! And there we have it, the finished product for the uppers and the lowers, which we did earlier. All done, both sides, welded, bolted, painted, undercoated, good to go. Time to clean out any residue, anything that's on the floor, and put the seats back in. Tapped in these where they were all cracking out before, and then welded them in and hit them with some undercoat. And did the same on the other side, of course. Good to go. With that, the 93 Fox Body Mustang notchback is complete. So we're gonna get this one out of the shop and we'll be on to the next one. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in and following along with this. I'll tell you, this job wasn't particularly hard. It was more just labor intensive. A lot of up, down, drilling, back and forth, and very time consuming, but hey, it's done. And those torque boxes are ready for anything that he can throw at them. So we're gonna say this one, roll it out the door, and we'll get the next one in here. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on Hot Rod Road Trip.